Scorpio, it's Mary with Sayre, Seer. I apologize for being late on your reading. This is for November 8th through the 15th. I know we're already on the 10th, so sorry, I had a big show. I was gone 5 days last week, so anyway, hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. And I did your reading. It was like really deep, and it wasn't recording, so I had to take a nap after that. So I'm back to do it again. You having that kind of day? So we have the Field of Dreams here, reverse, and we're going to pull a couple of oracle cards. This will be the basis of your reading. And I have you and one more sign, and then after that I get to start all over again for the following week. But and happy birthday to you, by the way. Broken Arrow. Okay. So this Field of Dreams, I'm not real familiar with that. We're just going to take a quick look at it. It's reversed, so okay, so are your dreams your own, or are they really somebody else's? Have you chased money, possessions, or prestige? Have you placed security above fulfillment? Has approval seeking played a major role in your motivation to succeed? This is the time for you to assess the validity of your dreams and talents and your willingness to be a channel for inspiration and creativity. Don't be afraid to enter the Field of Dreams, for you can always clear the ground for new and better things to grow. Nature has a way of self-correcting if you're willing to act with authenticity. The power to create is within you. Wow. That's pretty beautiful. So, okay. So it feels like maybe, kind of feels like, because it's questioning, they're kind of questioning where you think you should be versus who you really are, right? I'm sorry, my allergies are really bad today. My head is, I don't know what's going on, Scorpio, but I'm having a major challenge here. So, are these your dreams? Do you feel stuck? And there's something about happiness here. That your happiness, it's kind of maybe being set aside. Yeah, like it's being put aside for other people. Or for security, or for safety purposes. The second card is Broken Arrow. Sorry, allergies again. Broken Arrow talks about, so with the Native Americans, when they would have a treaty with other nations, other tribes, they would have a treaty, and then they would each break one of their arrows. That meant that because of the treaty, they would not use arrows on each other. Okay, so it kind of feels like maybe there's some individuals that you need to make peace with, or they need to make peace with you. And maybe some boundaries need to be set. Some rules, like how you want to be treated. Yeah. And also some reflection, maybe, of what you want in your life. What you really want. This thing of safety and what appears to be the right thing, or other people's views, seems like it's stifled your creativity. And when our creativity is blocked, it really it's easy for us to get stuck in our own thoughts, and our tends to kind of shut down our minds a little bit. It's like sometimes I don't feel like doing stuff because I always have so much to do, and I like having a lot to do, but then it feels like a cross sometimes, like a burden. But So I think it's all in the way I look at it sometimes. There's just an example. But when I'm not creative and I don't get up and just start doing the stuff that I really, really inside want to do, then I don't do so well. I don't feel so good, you know. And it's, I don't know, it's almost like this energy of, where I don't want to do something because I feel tired, or I have these excuses that I make in my head. And if I just go, oh, knock it off and get up and start moving, I'm really happy. I don't know why I'm sharing that story with you, but maybe that makes sense somehow to you. So sorry for the hacking. Okay. This is, the first card is the Five of Pentacles reversed. Second card is Ten of Cups. Third card is Eight of Cups reversed. Fourth card is Knight of Wands reversed. Fifth card is Seven of Swords. Sixth card is Two of Cups. So sorry. So the first card, Five of Pentacles reversed. This talks about maybe wanting to come back to, maybe you're tired of feeling shut out, away from everybody, separated from everybody. Maybe it's time for you to come back into your family's lives, your friends' lives. Maybe come back into, it kind of feels like come back to life in a way, you know? Ten of Cups. There's something about purging some secrets or something, some kind of darkness. Secrets, past. Ten of Cups, and this is great because this is a happy family. I want success. I want happiness. I want fulfillment. You know, happy home. What's this security? This is not being so afraid of being shut out, kind of coming back. When it's this way, it's being shut out of everything. Remember they talked about hanging on to things, possessions, and that, and what we own can own us. But this is emotional fulfillment, this happiness, that's with family. I can feel that one. Okay, so Eight of Cups. So maybe something you might have walked away, someone maybe walked away from you, or you walked away from somebody because it was, something was emotionally painful, okay? But this is thinking about maybe something is either going to come back to you, or you're considering going back, so sorry, to whatever it was that walked away from you, okay? That maybe I can fix this. Maybe I can fix this, okay? Maybe it can be repaired. Maybe it's like there's more to the story than what you thought there was, what you perceived. The Knight of Wands reverse is, you know, this is taking action, and the Wands reverse is passion, or kind of run amok. And it can be the player card, or it can be just misdirected passion, you know. So when you think about passion, it could be arguments, it could be thoughts or ways of doing things that maybe weren't the best way. Could represent somebody that played you, or you played somebody. Maybe some kind of unfairness. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Swords here, and that is a card of betrayal and theft and undermining, cheating, you know, that kind of thing. It's not a pretty energy, but it is something that, you know, we deal with. Secrecy. And then we have the Two of Cups. So sorry. Reverse. It kind of feels like maybe you need to speak to somebody. That's why I'm getting all this throat stuff. Yeah. Two of Cups, reversed. It's about, you know, this is like the soulmate card or twin flame card, but it could be also soul tribe kind of thing. Maybe maybe family. Family, maybe it's time to make amends with some family. I mean, I've got goosebumps like quarter inch on my arms. That's how it's coming through. You know, maybe choices with family was not made. Maybe the easy way out, like not dealing with things. So, a lot of times decisions are made, and sometimes we take the easy way out when we feel kind of weak. We don't deal with things. And then they sit there, and years go by before we talk to our family members. Or friends that, we once cared about. So let's talk about the Five of Pentacles. Well, that's coming out from the, coming out from the being separated and conquering the devil. And I don't know what the devil means to you. Obsession, ego, materialism, whatever it is that, addiction. It's when something takes the place of your happiness. It's like what we do so we don't have to think about what we need to do. Maybe that's like when I start feeling overwhelmed because I got so much to do and I just want to rest. It's kind of that old thinking that really doesn't serve me. So everybody has their own, right? Okay. So the next card is, Page of Cups. And this is talking about, offering an apology or some kind of token of love, some kind of movement. Two of Wands talks about a crossroads. It's a fork in the road, literally. How do I move forward? How do I get, because it looks like that you want to move forward towards happiness. How do you do that when you've been stuck for a while? Well, I think the Two of Wands talks about the fork in the road. If I go this direction, okay, let's talk about the direction you've been on, right? Two paths. The one you've been on and the one that you're considering. Okay. If you stay on the path you're on, does anything change? And you know that answer obviously would be no. And if you chose to take the other path, could you fix things or change things? Of course, because then you have an opportunity. And there's a certain amount of going with the flow and understanding that the intent to create something better, the intent to say, I want to bring my family back, the intent to say, I want to be more social, the intent to say, I want to clean up some of this stuff that maybe I left unfinished, okay? The intent alone will help create the new path. So, yeah, that's where I'm supposed to stop on that one, okay? Whew. Okay, so let's talk about the Ten of Cups, the happy family that we want to move towards, creating, building, and being a part of. Right now, we have the Eight of Swords here. This is self-imprisonment. This is being stuck by your thoughts of, what if they don't love me anymore? What if I can't do this? What if I'm not that strong? And this is the self-imposed imprisonment that has kept you stuck, feeling like you're not enough or feeling like you're not loved. And so, why wouldn't you be? Why couldn't you do this? Everybody can do this. What would you say to somebody you really love that said this to you? It's just fear. See, this is fear can immobilize us because it's like, what if I can't do it? But what if you can? And all this time, you've been stuck. Because we can do anything. But if we think we can't, no, then we can't. But if we say, I want to change this. And I'm going to be open to the change. Then maybe the blindfolds can fall off and you can, because she's in there by choice, you see. Her own thoughts and addiction. Addiction, thoughts, depression can make us feel like we have no choices, but it's not really true. Two of Swords. This energy of being this fear, this anxiety, has kept you in a state where you're stuck. The Two of Swords, it's two cards of being blindfolded in fear or indecision, stuck in your mind. This is like, I'm a Gemini. We can get stuck in our minds easily, but we have to have control over our minds and our emotions. And this is what you're being asked to do, Scorpio, is to conquer and manage your emotions. Don't let them run you. Don't let that fear, I get chills. Don't let that fear take your life away anymore. There's such beautiful things out there where all of us are rediscovering ourselves. That's why the pull is so strong. It's time. Here's a third sword. It's time to see the truth. This is the truth, the path, the truth. What's the truth? What have you done that you deserve to be alone? Besides being afraid and making mistakes that everybody makes. Everybody makes mistakes. Scorpio. You're the sign of death and rebirth. It's time for yours. It's time for yours. It really is. This is a lot clearer. This reading is a lot clearer than the last one, so I understand why the last one, it was still confusing, The Eight of Cups reversed is going back to emotional fulfillment. Because your life isn't over. Love isn't over. It's not over. Wherever you're at, you can repair this. All you have to do is be open to it. That's the start. Okay? That was the world reversed, by the way. Four of Pentacles reversed talks about, not being so protective of everything. Your heart, your secrets, your thoughts. Not being afraid, not being so secretive. And telling the truth. And there's something about, there's this thing about being afraid of losing. How much have you lost in your fear? See, that's the thing. How much would you continue to lose in your fear? Seven of Cups reverse said, maybe I haven't made the right choices. Maybe I haven't seen things clearly. But now I'm starting to see how my decisions affected my life. Yeah, we all get there. We all get there. And we've been there a lot this year. I've been there multiple times in different places. And this is what's real in your emotions, you see. This is still about emotions. All of this, we have a lot of information about emotions, your emotions. Because your emotions have kind of, things need to be put in perspective instead of just avoiding the whole thing. Because that is really what addiction is about, is avoidance of how we feel. Does that make sense? It's really hard to come from a place of empowerment when the whole thing is just being avoided. So Knight of Wands reversed. That's that passion kind of gone wrong. It's feeling like you can't move forward. So it's a twofold kind of thing. Fearing what was already done, fearing that you'll get the same thing. And King of Cups. So when we fear, we just shut down. The King of Cups reversed is somebody that's not emotionally balanced. And this is somebody that's very prone to addiction, very prone to be abusive, you know, manipulating, undermining, vindictive. That's what happens when we can't manage our feelings. They come out in ways that are unpredictable. But this is your opportunity for a new life, okay? To release that and to embrace your new start, you see. Your own death and rebirth in this part, in your fear. Okay, this is your season. It's kind of important. On 11/11, that's portal. We're going to receive new information. And you might just get enough information so you see. But maybe this is the precursor, if you can watch this before, to say, well, maybe I should consider being open, that maybe there's a better way. Even if we don't know how to fix it, what if just being open was enough? What if the intent was enough when we said, the whole collective, the whole planet said, why don't we just be open to being honest and truthful and kind? How about we start there? Would things change? I think they might. I think we might find that things fall into place better than we can imagine, but it's being open to it instead of closed off from it. That is a place to start. Now these are messages that are coming through me, by the way. It's not really my this is me speaking, but this is coming through me for you. Okay? Ace of Pentacles is a gift from the divine of new opportunities and new path forward. Tangible things, you know, new things to build, new possessions, new things to conquer. And then we have justice. And with this, you'll receive the justice that you have craved and thought you didn't get. And part of this, I'm really, really feeling the energy. This justice will be the justice that you never thought was going to come for you. And because it's your turn. I'm just going to cry now. Don't make me cry, Scorpio. You know, I'm a Gemini. I don't cry very much. That is so beautiful. It's beautiful. Then maybe this will help you see the balance in life, and your life will be more balanced. But without where you were, see, sometimes everything serves a purpose. The pain of where we are, it has to be enough so we can change. So we want to change. So we just said, okay, I've had enough. It's time to change. You know what I mean? So 7 of Swords, this is the betrayal, and this is the lies and the deception, right? And the Hermit, we have the Hermit reversed. So individuals were this, here, either way, okay. When we do this to others, or when they have done it to us, is because they were unable to reflect on their actions and how it affected other people. They can't see the bigger picture. They can't incorporate the lessons. They just, it's I'm going to get them before they get me kind of thing, or I got to do what I got to do. And we know that that's not good enough. You have to have the introspection to be a better person. So on those, so this is, I'm supposed to talk about you and others. So in those people that did that to you, understand that you did it to them too, because of your not reflecting also. Okay. Everybody does it at different times, so you know, just I'm supposed to point that out. And it's all different degrees. I'm not saying that you did what somebody bad did to you. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not going down that. But it's just an example of how we get there, okay? But this is really nice. Temperance, okay? This is, okay, I can feel you starting to connect your spiritual guidance, right? I don't know if you've started praying or asking for help, but here it is. You see, because when we're in this dark place and we're afraid, we can't connect to our higher self or God. It's really, really hard. Because I don't know if you ever noticed how much you pray, but when you pray, it gives you peace, okay? And the energy flips. So, but when we're in a negative place emotionally, you know, then we forget to pray. It's really interesting. But temperance is about taking the fire and water. So it's the passion and feelings and finding a place of balance in this. And it's also about mind, body, and soul, you know, having balance in that. It's about healing, and overcoming addiction, that kind of thing, because you're listening to your spirit guides, to God, to universe, to your higher self, and your ancestors. They're really coming through here. Your ancestors, it's time to break. Here they come. Okay, it's time to break the cycle, the life cycle. That whatever's been going on in your family, what your mother did, what your father did, what was back. A lot of us came here this time to break those cycles. Yep. And here you go. Six of Swords is moving to better place. Swords is, again, all about our communication, thoughts, knowledge. It's whatever moves fast, communication. You know, that's what it's a Gemini, you know, air signs are about, because they're quick thinking, witted, you know, information junkies. So moving to a better place. The healing's going to move you to a better place. The connection to your spirit, God, the angels, is going to bring you to a better place. Okay, moving forward. So let's talk about this Two of Cups that's reversed now. So sorry. Five of Cups reversed says, you want to get past the sorrow and the regret, right? The pain. And again, this is Cups. Again. You have a lot of Cups. But that's right. This is the work you need to be doing, and that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Just beautiful. I'm so grateful I can give you this reading. So, those we love, whether it's a divine twin partnership, family, all of our relationships. To me, this is representing a lot of relationships because of that happy family. And some other things here. A lot of the Cups. This is healing this. Putting this behind us. Integrating the lessons and starting fresh. This is the Four of Swords reversed. So Four of Swords reversed is forced. It's actually healing from a separation and pain that could be broken heart. From this battle, feeling like, but it's almost forced. Here's an example. If you were with somebody and they hurt you so bad you were forced to make them leave, or you were forced to leave to save yourself, okay? Whatever that means. Save your mind, save your body, save, you know, or somebody was forced to leave you to save themselves. Somebody was put in jail or put in rehab, or that is like a forced separation, okay? Death is another one. So I'm not sure if some of this was triggered by the death of somebody, but it's possible. Maybe you have regret about how things ended there. Maybe might be worried about dying before you can fix this. We have the Lovers reverse. So this is definitely in love and, yeah, making the wrong decisions in love. What card here? Nine of Wands. So, Nine of Wands actually is really good to see right here upright because, okay, we're looking at this and it's not the easiest place, yeah, but there's a lot of hope here. There's justice that can be achieved. And there's also this part of you that even though you feel like, dang, I just feel, I don't know if you're feeling kind of raw emotionally, but I can see that you don't want to give up. You can see something up ahead and, maybe I can conquer this. Maybe I can change things. You see, just having our minds open to the possibility creates creates a new path for us. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so let's talk about this. We've all made bad decisions in love, all of us. I mean, I don't know anybody that hasn't, or had decisions made on them, people choosing other people over them, saying the wrong thing, you feel like you can't get back, but you know what? Everybody's responsible for their part of it. This happens to everyone. I'm not saying that yours was any harder, or it wasn't hard, I mean. But we're all working on healing this stuff. Our families that taught us that this was how relationships are done. Because remember, we do what we see, not what we hear. Well, we do what we hear too, but mostly it's what we see. And if our parents weren't stable, in stable relationships, and that's what we learned. Okay. A lot of work there. But it feels positive though for you. Okay. We're going to do one more card. And this is an oracle card. This is Art Through the Eye of the Soul Oracle. We only read them one way. So this is just beautiful. Here's our Native American. Again, I don't know if you have this background, but you might. Maybe you're pulled to it. Native Americans. But visualize healing. The burning of the sage. The burning of the sage. Might be a good idea to get some sage. This is going to help purge the negative thoughts when you're feeling them. Burning the sage in your house, it'll clear your house and your thoughts. Flip the switch to positive. Wow. I felt like my heart just opened. Did you feel that? It's beautiful. Scorpio, you taught me so much. That's really neat. Have a good week, okay? Remember, 11:11, that is when you get new information through Heaven's Gate. And then 11:12 is when we can release some stuff that, whatever you find that you can release right now. Maybe the sadness or regret. It'd be a good time to think about, maybe it's time to release some of that so I can make room for happiness. Take care. Bye-bye.